There is no room for fear. See, look at the way I live my life. I'll be afraid though, I'll still be marching on. Hello, how are you doing? So today I want to talk to you about one of my favorite saying. And I learned this saying from one of the books I read recently. And it says, clarity comes from engagement. Okay? Clarity comes from engagement. What does this really mean? Yay! Share this video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Most times you want to do something and you feel like, I don't really know. I'm scared. I don't know how it's going to go. No matter how you sit down and think about that thing you want to do from today to tomorrow, right? There are a lot of things you are still not going to know about it until you get started. Clarity comes from engagement. So instead of you to sit down there and be guessing, how am I going to do it? I'm not sure. How will I start? When I start, when will I finish? Where will I get money for visa? What about my flight? Have you gotten admission? Do you know that there are people that will give you flight money just because your admission is out, but they are not going to give you the money because you have not gotten admission? Do you know that there are some of the people around you now who will be willing to support you with visa fee if only you have gotten admission? Do you know that your parents, if you have parents and they are still alive, may be willing to sell one piece of land that they have to support your travel abroad dream? If, let's say, you got admission, got scholarship, and what is left is your flight fee. Do you know? Do you know that this is funny? Do you know that Voltage Migration can actually support you by refunding your flight ticket if you have already traveled, and that flight, that refund you're going to get may help you pay for your 1 month accommodation and all the other things you may have to run around in order to do in order to settle down when you arrive in your new country. Many people will be lined up on this journey to support you, but if you don't get started, you're not going to meet them. Clarity comes from engagement. Start. When I wanted to travel abroad, I was just saving money to do the first thing, and then the first thing, and then the first thing. Some people, when they want to travel abroad, they'll be like, tell me how much it's going to take. If I tell you how much it's going to take, first, I don't know. That's the truth. Do you know why? It's going to be different for everybody. But supposing I just give you one magic number, when will you start? When I was going abroad to study, my school fees alone, compared to the amount I was being paid where I was working, my school fees for the first 1 year, right? Well, if I'm to save everything without eating, without paying for transportation or anything, it will take me 10 years to save it. However, because I started without going to wait to save that money for the next 10 years of my life, I was able to get a school that gave me scholarship, a very supportive supervisor that supported me, gave me extra funding, right? That still did not end my trouble. Even when I got admission, got scholarship, to get money for flight was an issue, right? It was one day when my spouse was going somewhere and he saw one place and they said, oh, cheap flights, and he went to Abuja for a program actually, and then he entered and he was like, my wife wants to travel to Canada. How much is flight? And that was how they showed him one promo that they were doing then, and the promo cut the flight fee by like half. I'm telling you, this happened real life. Then he came, in fact, you know, I think he gave them some deposits there. Said, book that flight, we have to. So we had like 24 or 48 hours to claim the flight or we'll lose it. And we still didn't have the money to complete the flight. I had to start calling people, please, can I borrow me money? They borrowed me money. I completed the flight, which I later gave them back. There was the issue of visa. I had money, I submitted for my visa, but Canada needed me to do medical. They call it medical, right? It's about $200 to $300. But I've been spending, so my money has disappeared. Like I have overspent. It's like I'm spending more than I'm earning, right? Guess what? I was talking to a classmate about my predicament, how my admission and scholarship has come out. I've even paid for visa, but they need me to do medicals, and I need another $200 to $300 to do it. And he was like, he was a youth corper in Nigeria, right? So he doesn't even have a lot of money. He was like, oh Linda, I know you are credit worthy. I'm going to give you the money, right? I'm going to give you the money. Why not you pay me back when you get to Canada? That was how I paid for my medical. True life story. That was how I paid for my medical. If I was thinking of how I'll get the money for the medical, therefore, because of that, I did not submit for the visa. In fact, because of that, I did not start my application. Do you think that guy would have ever borrowed me that money? No. He borrowed me the money because he's here looking at me. I have admission, I have scholarship. I've even applied for visa, remaining medical. So he's happy to put his money there. In fact, he's more like at least even inside his mind, he will know that there is a guarantee I will give. There is a high chance that I will get this money back. Compared to when you come and say, borrow me money to submit application. The person may not borrow it, so you may have to save that initial one. So I always say that clarity comes from engagement. People will be there to help you, but except you start, you won't even see them. Even when you see them, they will not help you because they will feel like we are not sure you're going to pull through with this. So there are many places in your life where this can be applied to. The point is this: there is no room for fear. See, look at the way I live my life. I'll be afraid, though. I'll still be marching on. I'll be afraid. So it's like afraid. Yeah, I'm marching on. I'm afraid. So to be afraid is not the problem. But when your fear prevents you from moving on, from moving forward, that is where the real problem starts. You must engage, even if you are afraid. It is okay to be afraid. Everybody is afraid. Even me, I'm afraid. But don't let your fear stop you from moving forward. Don't let your fear stop you from taking action. So, I'm going to leave you today till I see you again.